Prescott.
Jared Goff.
Yeah, I mean, long term.
Here you go. Would you take
Todd Gurley or Zeke?
I'm taking Gurley.
I'm taking Gurley.
Yeah, I feel
Even
like
though I think Zeke's phenomenal.
I do, but Gurley's
more of a bruiser, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like
that back
Gurley's a lot more that guy that 3 minutes left in the game and you got to get 2 first downs. He's that guy that can kind of barrel ahead.
They don't want to tackle him that late game.
Yeah. Nothing against Zeke. I love Zeke, but
the thing is, with the Rams, I've watched anytime they're on and I can watch them, I will because I like watching. I've talked about my love for McVay.
Yeah.
I think he's an awesome offensive mind, and watched him in a few games this year when he can, and they win games different ways. That's how they're good. So I've seen him win games when they're like grinding out on the ground, and then I've seen him air it out. I've seen him play defense and win defensive games. So they're going to be,
So what about you guys? Who you got in that game?
I got Rams.
I'm going Rams. I think they have played a little down to their competition here lately, though, so that kind of scares me. But I think they got enough offensive firepower to win it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can score in the red zone and Dallas can't. That's the difference to me.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas, I'm not making anything up. You can look up the stats. They've had problems scoring in the red zone all year. So then on Sunday, I don't remember which is the early game, AFC or NFC.
I'm not sure.
I think it flips.
It flips.
So NFC goes first.
It's going to be NFC. So it'll be Philadelphia at New Orleans. Then starting that one off. I mean, I'm picking against Philly again. I'm going New Orleans here. Drew Brees. I mean, they've been playing down too the last few weeks. Philly Magic. I don't. Sometimes, people I think put too much stock in that. Like, oh, they just, they're playing well. They get a little magic. Foles coming in gives them a little bit of a spark, but I think their luck runs out this week.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, usually when you win games like that, like last minute, usually you lose the next week. So I'm going Drew Brees too.
It's tough from that emotional high.
Yeah.
Keep that going.
And I think they played this year, and the Saints blew them out. Right?
They did.
It's like 44-10 or something like that.
That was when everybody wrote the Eagles off. I think it was.
They
I think it was the last right before Foles came in.
So even if things change drastically, you're gonna make up. I mean, it's like 34 points. I don't know. I don't think it's a good matchup for the Eagles. The way the Saints are built and all that stuff. So I'll give it to the Saints. It'll be a good game, but I think Saints take it home. Actually, you know what? It might be another comfortable game. The Saints might comfortably beat them by like 2 touchdowns. I can see that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then wrapping up the weekend would be the Chargers at New England. And, as much as I would love to, I ain't picking against Brady and Belichick at home in the playoffs. I mean, I picked against them I don't know how many times, and they always prove me wrong. So I just got to go with those guys.
I think Phillip Rivers likes to turn the ball over too much. So
yeah.
I'm going New England too.
I mean, I saw a stat. He's like 0-7 versus Brady.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah. I don't think they got much of a. I ain't gonna say they don't have a chance, but
there's always a chance.
Right,
right.
This is it. I think this is it.
You think this is it?
Chargers
this is the end of it.
Chargers are gonna beat them.
This is the one.
The Chargers are gonna go in there and they're gonna beat them. Brady's gonna show us that he's human this year. We've already seen it. So we've already seen it, right? In the Pittsburgh game, or was it Pittsburgh? He's trying to throw the ball out of the end zone and he couldn't do it. And he got picked off. Right? That's Brady. Right?
Yeah.
And they lost to Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
He couldn't throw it. He couldn't throw it towards the end of the game. He couldn't throw it 20 yards, 25 yards. So I think when he starts out the game, he's looking good. By the end of it, the Chargers defense is pretty good. I think Phillip Rivers is really good, but really, I think the story of this Chargers team this year is their defense is good. And I think the Chargers are going to take it. I think Gronk's banged up. Some of these other guys.
Gordon's not there anymore.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
No true number one receiver.
It's going to happen, man.
Brady's really the only time he ever did have a true number one receiver. I mean, he set the NFL record for scoring points with Randy Moss.
Randy Moss, right?
So
I got the Chargers. So
you got the Chargers winning.
I got the Chargers winning. Chargers going to beat them, and we're going to get Chiefs-Chargers AFC Championship, which is going to be an awesome game. It's going to be here in Kansas City, and we're going to beat them. Chiefs are going to Super Bowl.
All right.
There you go.
You heard it here first from Austin. He's got Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
You know what even better is if the Eagles ended up winning out and Andy Reid could go to the Super Bowl and beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. That'd be the best.
See,
And Philly's like, what?
personally, I think it'd be the best if Dallas and Kansas City got there and Dallas beat the ass. But one number 6. We got the one number 6.
Cowboys fans.
But I don't see that happening. #fire GC
Yeah, it's not
Garrett.
happening, dude. The Super Bowl would have the best quarterback in the league versus the 20 set. No, Dak's like 15.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put Dak in the top 10. I'd put him in the middle of the pack.
Is he 15?
15? That sounds high.
That sounds high.
I'm not
I'd put
saying
him in the
it's
middle of the
outright,
pack.
but
He's got a lot of intangibles.
that sounds high.
When you don't have an argument to make, you just say this guy's got intangibles.
He
Just
does.
a leader.
You don't have to say anything
He's
else
a
after
leader.
that.
He does lead the league since 2016 in fourth quarter comeback victories.
I
I would-
hate stats. You can make any stats you want to fit your argument. ESPN comes up with the worst
Oh,
stats.
ESPN has all the stats.
It's just they just make up stats. Like in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left, he's the best at this. Like, oh, thanks.
yeah.
That helps. What about the rest of the game?
If he's down 27, he has the best
Right,
completion percentage of
His
anybody
field
in the
goal
league.
percentage
Wow.
is off the charts.
Yeah. Shout out to Chicago Bears fans. Don't blame Parkey. Parkey went 2 for 3 in that game.
Dude,
He scored more points than your offense. Or
And it
3
got
for
blo-
4.
It got blocked.
It got
Dude,
tipped.
I was
Yeah.
on Facebook, and a friend of mine did post something like right after the game. Something derogatory against this guy, and I said, "Well, I think you need to score more than 15."
Hey,
Yeah.
can't get mad at the kicker.
No, I mean,
Score a
he-
touchdown.
He made 3 of his 4 kicks that day.
Is it three? He was 3 or 4.
3 or
I never
4.
heard that.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
he is
a
3 or 4.
professional.
What the
I get
heck?
that argument, but
Like
Yeah.
I said,
everybody else is too. Score.
Like
Exactly.
I said, it got tipped. So I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, it sucks. The Bears will be right back.
Trubisky played well. He
he
surprised
did.
me. He played really well.
And he's going to get better too. I think Nagy's a good head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is nasty.
Yep. They did lose their defensive coordinator today. He got hired by
Fangio,
Denver.
was that-
Yeah,
yeah.
Fangio. He got hired by Denver. And I'm hearing that Gary Kubiak is going to be his offensive coordinator.
I did hear. I heard that too.
So I think Denver, John Elway is trying to do something. I mean, Vance Joseph kind of got a raw deal there because he never had a quarterback. And that's not his fault that he never had a quarterback because
Right.
Elway's the guy choosing him. But, it is what it is. It's a win-now business. So,
So are
It
they
is, yeah.
they drafting a quarterback?
I would think they have to, right? Case
Drew
Keenum.
Lock's going to go there and make everybody upset.
Yeah.
Shane Ray.
I saw a thing.
Shane
about-
Ray's probably out
I know. I
at
heard
Denver.
that.
I saw a thing. They were talking about John Elway. They were talking about the Broncos, and they were saying that the actual problem now probably actually is John Elway. They were talking about that he's like a draft picks. He's missed a bunch. He hit on Chubb. That's about it.
But that, I mean, Chubb, that was,
It's like a no-brainer,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, everybody pretty much had him.
But yeah, but they were going through like the article I was reading. I can't remember. I think it was Bleacher. They were going through. They were listing all his draft picks, and yeah, they all have like dumped out. He did pretty good in free agency the year that he nabbed Manning, and then like Sanders
And
and
Akeem.
Ward and Talib. Like he knocked it out of the park that year, and then ever since then.
But I mean, when you sign a Peyton Manning, some of those other guys are going to go,
Oh, yeah.
oh, well, I can come here because Peyton Manning was that guy that he's going to give me a chance to win a championship.
And what is it? Is this his third head coach?
I believe
that's
so.
another issue too. Yeah, so it's
Kubiak, Vance Joseph.
Yeah.
Because Kubiak was the last head coach there. Wasn't he?
Yeah, and he allegedly retired for
Medical
health
reasons.
Yeah.
was
But then-
Kubiak his first head coach?
Yeah, he was his
I
first
believe
hire
so.
as head
Yeah,
coach.
I believe so.
That's right.
Because if Kubiak was either on staff
No.
or was a player
It's,
with Elway, right?
No, dude, it's Fox. Fox was
John
there.
Oh, that's right, John Fox.
John Fox
Or was John Fox already there when Elway got hired?
Oh, because I know John Fox was the coach. John Fox was their coach when they lost that Super Bowl to Seattle.
So this is his fourth then.
Yeah, so
Yes.
this is his fourth head coach.
Because Kubiak was the head coach there after
Yeah.
Fox,
Wait,
right?
it goes Fox, Kubiak,
Vance Joseph.
Joseph, and then this dude did.
So this is
Yeah.
his fourth head coach.
Fourth head coach in 6 years?
Yeah, 6 or 7.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
No, that's not.
Chiefs ran that.
Like we were
gauntlet
talking
for a
about
while
again
before we
off
got
show.
Yep.
Reed.
Like
We
we were
did
talking
all
about
that
again off
stuff.
show. I mean, that looks bad on your ability to hire somebody
Yeah.
if you're having to change that much.
Yep.
Or you can't give a guy time. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Vance Joseph was. Denver played Kansas City really tough, And I watched them play. They play guys tough, but like I don't know. I feel like I feel like it wasn't there. Keenum, I think, was a bad
I was
signing.
about to say, it comes back to your quarterback. And if you can't get a quarterback, then it doesn't really matter who your head coach is. Like, now it's such a quarterback-driven league, you can be Vince Lombardi. You're not going to overcome not having a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. And if he hasn't gotten a quarterback right, then it ain't going to matter who's the head coach.
And, I mean, ultimately, we saw it as great as Lamar Jackson played down the stretch to get the Ravens in the playoffs. I mean, he's the same reason they're not playing this weekend.
Yep.
He just didn't take care of the ball early in that game. And, if that guy has to realize, I got to take care of the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's
I can't give the other team more opportunities.
And that's an offense that offense is designed to try to keep the ball away. From, they're trying to play
Manage
ball
the
control
clock.
and everything. Yeah.
I mean, and I think Lamar Jackson's going to be a great player in the league for years to come because I think that's a problem they can work on and fix.
And I felt like he looked like a guy that got better as he started and got on. I think he got better. I thought his throwing motion got better. His running has always been there, right? But like his throwing motion got better, and I thought he played well, but he didn't play well in that playoff game. I don't know if he's a little
Not early, I mean, but he got him back in it toward the end.
Yeah, that's true. A little magic
you know,
going on, a little more running.
People were calling on Twitter, hey, put Joe Flacco back in. And I'm like, as a coach, I totally got what Harbaugh was doing there because if you make that change in that game, then Lamar Jackson knows you've lost confidence in him.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's time to move on from Flacco.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They say he may be in Denver, is what I've heard.
Dang, I was just going to say, there's teams that would take Flacco.
Absolutely.
Or Jacksonville. I mean, even I feel like their defense is still good enough to play, and if they had a quarterback that could just make some of the throws, a veteran guy. I mean, Eli Manning obviously is another guy that they've talked about going to Jacksonville, but
so I'll take
another guy
right now.
Super
right now, I'll take Flacco or
Eli's done.
Yeah,
I think Eli's done.
I think he's been done about 2 or 3 years, and people used to get mad at me when I said it about. He started going downhill when they got rid of the guy. I can't think of his name last year. They were so mad that he broke the streak, but he made the right call because Eli wasn't playing well.
Oh, McAdoo.
He hasn't
when they had
played well.
McAdoo.
Yeah, everybody was so mad because he broke the streak.
He started Geno.
But Eli wasn't. Eli hasn't played well for about 3 years. I don't think.
Yeah. There's a difference in doing what's right for your team and letting a guy start just because he started forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Giants probably go for who are they going to go for at quarterback? Who's the number one prospect at quarterback? Is it Haskins?
Yeah.
So
Haskins is the number one.
This is Jeff Haskins, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you need a quarterback. They've got to.
Yeah.
But don't they have somebody or no?
I don't think they have anybody that they've drafted.
Young kid? Okay.
No, I don't think so.
They
I could be wrong.
They've got to go with Haskins.
They have they have somebody, but I don't think he's like a. I think he was like a 3rd round draft pick.
Hey, Dak was like a 4th.
That's true. You can get good quarterbacks.
But
they have Alex Tanney, and no, they don't have another quarterback.
yeah, so. All right, well, we hit a wide array of topics this week, bounced all over the place. As always, this 45 minutes goes by super fast. But anything else you want to get out there before you head out?
No, thanks for having me on again, guys. I appreciate it. I love coming on the show. So
For sure.
talking about sports with you guys.
Oh, yeah. No, we love having you on the show, and you're welcome back anytime. Anytime. Just, remember you get that big D1 job. We get the first interview.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
we get the first interview.
Please. Don't leave us in the dust.
But yeah, so again, I'm Gary.
This is awesome.
And we are Midwest Mics. Make sure you check out all of our social media, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, all of it, YouTube, all under Midwest Mics. And we'll see you guys next week.